In circles that discuss any form of media, whether it's anime, manga, TV shows, films, comics, literature, or anything else, I constantly see one debate repeated ad nauseum. Does objectivity exist in media? Or to put it more simply, is your favorite thing also the same as the best thing? I'm going to start off with what I believe is the only correct answer to this question. Your favorite thing equals the best thing. The belief that there are aspects to art that are objectively of higher value than others and that should strive to be a certain way is in itself a paradox. This general consensus of criteria that constitute high-quality art is exactly that. A consensus. It is a vague and broad agreement accepted by a lot of people. But this is no different than claiming that favorite equals best is the truth. A consensus is just the collected, subjective individual opinions of a lot of different people. Even though these opinions tend to vaguely align most of the time, doesn't change the fact that it is 100% built upon a foundation of entirely subjective preferences. Without these subjective opinions, this quote-unquote objective consensus would not exist. These individual preferences are also highly dependent upon factors that vary from person to person. For example, is one's ability to understand symbolism within a work entirely dependent upon the general knowledge of the viewer in question. If an artist tries to allude to a thing that the recipient has no knowledge of, it will impact their understanding of the narrative. It is impossible for any one viewer to have complete comprehension of a narrative. It is true for all of us that our understanding of a story is shaped by the information and knowledge we possess going into it. That is again entirely dependent upon a bunch of other factors such as culture and geographical location and socioeconomic standing. I'm not going to turn this into some political analysis, I'm just saying that you can argue this on a very intricate level if you want to. In the same way, people are often touched by stories that they find relatable because of their own personal life experiences. Perhaps a sad death scene hits you extra hard because it reminds you of the passing of a loved one, or a character's development resonates with you very profoundly because they embody the ideals that you are working towards achieving for yourself. No argument about the structure of the narrative can take these feelings away from you. I think this entire argument about favoritism versus objectivity often stems from a misunderstanding of one's own experience. It is the case with me, and I assume many others, that when I'm watching something or reading something, it feels as though my brain consists of two separate sides. One side of my monkey brain likes when there's thrill and mystery and action and comedy, but then there's a separate part of my brain that is, at any given moment, trying to decipher the characters and the real substance of the narrative. These are separate aspects of my own personal opinion and experience, but it's not as though one is more inherently valuable than the other just because a lot of other people say that it should be. Perhaps maybe feeling that one part of your brain is more interested in a dopamine rush than anything, it's not necessarily less valuable than the little philosopher in you who wants a profound and emotionally touching narrative. They only hold the importance that you assign them, or perhaps that your brain unwillingly assigns them, as it is impossible to willingly decide exactly what parts of an experience you value on an intricate level. Often that is something that changes depending on the media you're consuming. I mean, this is more of a question of brain chemistry than anything. Different people like what they like, and they can't really change it. You can't blame someone for preferring strawberry ice cream when you and everyone else prefer chocolate, and the person who prefers strawberry can't just opt out of that preference. Art is supposed to touch your soul, speak to you as an individual, and give you insight and experiences you maybe never thought possible or could have imagined having were it not for the artist creating the art in question. Our opinions are all fundamentally impacted by our own personal interests, experiences, knowledge, and even brain chemistry. It is as inherently subjective as can be, which is also why I love art and fiction more than anything in this world. We all have unique interpretations based on who we are, and sharing them with one another is what makes art truly magical. In conclusion, you should not care about what other people think about the things you like, because them thinking you're wrong for liking something holds quite literally negative value. Love what you love, and don't be ashamed about it. Unless you hate this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. In that case, you're wrong. Never raise your voice around me again.